Welcome all. For some of the new folks among us, I shall be reviving the age-old tradition of regaling y'all with the origins of our fine celebration. The Day of Memories is a festival celebrated all across the free seas. Some folk have different ways of celebrating, but the fundamentals remain. We all are aiming not to forget about those who came before us. But the Day of Memories is not just about sorrow, not only about loss. Indeed, we aim not to mourn the absence of those since past, but rather to honor their memory and look forward to the future. Like most things, we Sandrockers like to do things a little differently around here. Back when Martel had just discovered the oasis, wasn't that long removed from the age of darkness, when Martel thought to organize a game not unlike hide-and-seek to finally take advantage of the freedom offered by the vastness of the above. She had people hang lanterns all across the forest around the oasis to tell our ancestors, as well as people traveling the desert, that we're here and we're doing well. We'll continue that tradition today. Let our tears and joy resonate across the desert. Let our departed ones know, with one voice, our one message, and that's that we're still here. Come, let us bow our heads and take a moment of silence in remembrance of those not with us to celebrate today. Now, without further ado, let the Day of Memories festivities begin!
Howdy.
That's all well and good in theory.
We can change the future.
Yeah?
Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll be talking about struggle. Now, I don't need to remind y'all that Sandrock ain't exactly the most luxurious of resorts. It ain't fair, I hear from time to time.
Yeah?
I like to lead by example.
Well, life ain't fair.
How could you betray me like this? To think I loved you once. Ugh.
Oh, well, if it isn't my good-ish friend, Skinny Arms, skulking outside my chamber door on the off chance you might bask in my stout-hearted, rock-ribbed emanations, no doubt. Well, today is your lucky day. Excellent, as always, Skinny, excellent indeed. Well, almost excellent. I seem to have been somewhat let down. Ah, Skinny, I can't hide it any longer. As the Sandrocker I respect the most, and whose demeanor is also the most pen-like in disposition, perhaps it would ease my heart to confess to you. You see, I was action-rolling over to my mirror after finishing my new 10,000 squat routine to check my post-workout pump, when I discovered, to a mix of glee and horror, my muscles are now too burgeoning to be contained by the surface area of my mirror. And in my moment of despair and anger, I killed it. My mirror. I broke my mirror, Skinny. I smashed it to 1,000 pieces. You must understand these muscles, this perfectly crafted form, they do not come cheap or easy. No, they need constant care and attention. People have labeled my physique quantum musculature, as only through observation does it take a defined shape. But I digress. The undeniable truth is, my gains have been exceptional lately. Look at my pecs. No, I mean really look at them. Outstanding. I mean, it's amazing they fit anywhere. Oh, it seems then you understand the urgency of the situation. So, without a full and complete view of my body, I cannot truly know whether or not I've maintained my expected level of perfection. I need vision. I need a true view of my developments. Hey, buy me dinner first, will ya? A bold move, though, Skinny. Dig that mindset. But hark, let us save our caressing for a date sometime after I have solved this conundrum of mine. A larger mirror. Oh, but why stop there? Not just larger, better, faster, stronger. The most advanced mirror known to man. Yes. But a pinnacle of scientific achievement such as this, you'd only be able to build something so advanced with the assistance of the research guy. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. All right, Skinny, here's the plan. You run over to the research guy's house and order up an extra jumbo high-tech mirror. Meanwhile, I'll sit around and wait for you to build it. Can you handle this for your protector? The ever-reliable Skinny Arms. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Off to the research building then, chop chop. My muscles aren't going to gawk at themselves, you know.
Greetings. Make any novel scientific discoveries today? The homunculus man has once again requested the design for an item far beneath the technological requisition standard of anything produced at this research center. How troublesome. The last time he asked, I meticulously surveyed the exterior of my building to see if perhaps someone had mistakenly put up a sign reading furniture store. As I had originally hypothesized, no such sign existed. The only logical conclusion I've been able to draw based on the available data is that Mr. Penn believes us to be his personal furniture acquisition assistants. Which is particularly perplexing when taken into consideration that there is in fact already in this town a carpenter, albeit of dubious competency. Sometimes I wish that homunculus man would just... Yes, I believe I know a way, with your help, to indeed assure ourselves that we will be making no more mirrors. At least, not for our mutual associate, Mr. Penn. Expect a diagram in your mailbox within a day or so. Thank you for this discussion. It has been most enlightening. I think, this time, I can honestly answer that with a no. Good luck.
Good evening. I hereby declare this fireside meeting to be in session. First order of business. It's true. Our civil corps and builders were able to disperse the Yeaglers in a surprise operation. In the process, the Shonash Canyon Bridge was destroyed. All parties involved performed bravely up against great odds, and ultimately their actions led to the safety of Sandrock amidst the very real threat of invasion from the Yeaglers. The most difficult days are behind us, but our job is not done. Before more water can be shipped to us from Portia and Atara, we need to rebuild the railway bridge. Pronto. I have asked Heidi to head this enormous effort. It'll be a difficult undertaking for her and her team. City Hall doesn't have enough budget or stores to ensure a speedy completion. We have reached out to the Alliance for help, but we cannot entrust our future to handouts. And so, I ask my fellow Sandrockers to help in any way you can, be it construction materials or money. I've already directed the church to give as much as we could.
Materials.
Yes, I reckon we can all do our part in expediting this process. Why, it makes me pleased as pie to see such a unified Sandrock as we face an adversity of this magnitude. For those willing, might I bring your attention to the donation box here, just to my right? Every little bit helps. And, well, I don't doubt we church folk will be able to think of some kind of reward for people who are able to donate the most. Well, I do believe that's about all there is to say. Builders, be ready to hear from Heidi sometime real soon, I reckon. Everyone else, just do your best to help out. Meeting adjourned. Conserve water.
Whew, nice work. The hardest part is behind us. First, some music to set the mood. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the show. Yep, you've heard the stories, but did you ever think you'd really be living it? Watching paint dry. Yep, this is one of my favorite things in the whole world. If you look really close, you can see the thicker parts of the paint slowly drip down and even out. Looks like the paint is dry. Well, you know what they say, nothing good can last forever. Did you enjoy yourself? My favorite part was when the paint dried. Well, I'm beat. That was more than enough excitement for one day. I'll catch you later.
Howdy!
Yeah? Yeah?
Skinny, this is glorious. The precision, the craftsmanship, the definition. I mean, just look at that veiny vascularity. You can't possibly know what it's like to have something you've worked so hard to create finally be right in front of you. Something made by your own blood, sweat, and tears. To be a creator. Leave me, Skinny. I need some time to bask in my glory. You'll get your check in the mail. You poltroonous specimen.
Ben! Do you hear me?
Release me.
Can you hear my voice?
Told you 20 times I can hear you. Now release me. Stuck. Skinny.
I'm not sure we're getting through to him.
Stuck. So captivating. Could great cheese on those abs.
He told me not to get anyone's help, but he's been like this for days. We'll save you!
Destroy the mirror. Too powerful.
You built this thing, right? Quickly! You have to turn it off or something. He hasn't eaten in days. Even my secret recipe mush with 11 invisible herbs and spices couldn't snap him out of it.
No, not turn it off. Skinny, destroy it.
Well, I guess violence is never the answer. Except when it is.
For your bravery today, Skinny Arms, I hereby award you the title of Assistant Protector in Training. Intended for recreational use only. It bears no legally binding authority.
I'm glad you're okay, but Pen, you need to be more careful. As I recall, I did tell you using electric light bulbs, aka artificial light, was one step too close to corrupted old world technology, didn't I? Got anything to say for yourself now,
Yes, I believe someone is owed an apology here.
Well, you don't have to.
But I insist, yes, perhaps Burgess, if you had simply trusted my judgment and destroyed the mirror like I asked, instead of bothering our friend Skinny, who's always got something on their plate. And it could have been avoided if you had been able, when the chips were down, to just show a little hint of humility.
But
Shh, 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 shh. Stay humble.
I'm sorry. I'll be more humble next time.
Yes, it is.
Thanks for your concern, but Pen has got a point. I should have tried to do something myself instead of asking you for help.
In any case, I thank you, Skinny. You have done this world a great service. Yo-ho, Skinny! Fancy seeing you here in this city. But how sick was that front flip? Yeah, did you see the part where I was like, whoosh? But hey, just as I saw you running about through town and ambushed you, it got me doing something I almost never do. Thinking! We've been hanging out and chatting, and you're always giving me stuff and buying things. I'm starting to think we've become really good friends. I knew I'd be able to recognize friendship if it did indeed come along. So, hey, I think it's confession time. Remember how when we first met, I did a totally sick flip like I did just now and offered you a combat course? Well, the truth of it is, I don't really like teaching people anything. That whole tutorial shebang is really just an excuse for me to beat people up. Hard to believe, I know. But say, since we're friends now, why don't I give you a real combat tutorial? Maybe I can even offer you an introduction to Space Punch! Well, duh. Of course it's great. I came up with it. Come, Skinny, we have much work to do. All right, we're here. Welcome to Space Punch 101. I'll be your instructor. I hope you brought your pen. You don't really need a pen. That was just an icebreaker. So, the first thing about Space Punch is you take your hand like this and, Any questions? Of course. Atara wasn't built in a day after all, right? I don't know, maybe it was. Don't quote me on that. Here, let's see some more examples. So you just go like... boop! Space punch. Space punch! Well? Oh, come on, Skinny. Don't patronize me. This is my first time actually trying to teach anyone something, okay? But normally I'm great at everything I do after trying for like 5 minutes, so just stick with me. I know what the problem is. I can't just space punch out of nowhere. Not without a target. Yeah, that's it. Follow me, Skinny. Behold as I use my fist to paint upon this canvas of sky. Goes wide. Whew. Well, I think that will answer any questions you might have had. So, go ahead. Space punch time! Go for it! Oh. Oh no. That's not it at all. I failed. For the first time in my life, I've failed. It feels... ew, gross. It feels really bad. Dang it, Skinny. I failed you, my only friend, and I blew it. Makes me so mad, I just want to... Ugh. No, I'm afraid there's no point. I've simply failed too hard as an instructor. There's no way you possibly could have gained anything from our lesson. Deep breaths, Panel Boy. Just like the minister says, take all those bad thoughts and push them down. Deep down. You know what, Skinny? This is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. You know why? Now is not the time for joking around, Skinny. Everyone cares about what Penn does. Everyone's always got their eye on me, just waiting for that moment for me to slip up so they can laugh. But we won't let them know, will we, Skinny? We're going to keep this all between us pals, yes? That is good to hear, Skinny. Truly, you are a stalwart companion. Trustworthy, far beyond any length I could throw you. And believe you me, that's far. Very. So it seems there really are things beyond even one such as myself. The glorious protector of Sandrock. You know, Skinny, I've never had someone I really considered a friend before. Furthermore, I always promised myself I'd never be friends with anyone who didn't have an awesome cape, but you made me break that promise. Seems I couldn't predict the future. Perhaps there are many things I cannot do. Perhaps there is indeed a lesson here to be learned. When I got stuck looking into that mirror, failing today as a teacher, occasionally getting edged out in whack-a-mole from time to time, perhaps the lesson of humility I often preach was meant for me. Yes. Yes, that's precisely it, Skinny. I can't just take my own greatness for granted. Even though I've historically been ridiculously awesome at everything and done so effortlessly, that doesn't mean it's always going to be so. I need to treat people better. I need to do something nice for Burgess. I need to write this stuff down. Do you have a pen? I know I said you didn't need one. I wasn't planning on having an epiphany. You don't? Ah, well. I'm sure I'll remember it. Hey, look over there! A rocket rooster. Watch me tie its neck in a knot. Smell you later, Skinny.